Tim, did you get the sled fixed? The sled? No. What did you do? Tim broke the sled. It works. I don't need to breathe all that crap. Oh, the light even works. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna get out of my life. I actually have to bring the motor home in here, but back it in. And I have to clean that out to do it. So anyway, going to tell you a tale of $2,500. Right, Tim? What? $2,500 to drill a hole. A $2,500 hole. It is, it really is. So last year when we were in North Carolina, we started to hear some really weird banging noises. Kabang, kabang, kabang. And this plate here is brand new, and the one on the bottom is brand new. I will show you the old ones. And what had happened was they started to get some wear to them. Just regular wear, I guess regular wear. It's not an uncommon part to be replacing, but here's one of them. I don't know where the other one is. But right here, it was hogged out, this hogged out hole, and it was going kabang, 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 kabang. It was really kind of annoying. So I decided when I get back, well, oh, here's the other one. There's the other one. You could see how it was all egg shaped. So I was like, well, what am I gonna do with this thing? So I tore it apart when I was in North Carolina. I just drank coffee and I shouldn't have. When I was in North Carolina, I tore it apart and I welded the shaft up with a welder, and then I took the grinder that they had there and I ground down, you know, ground the welds back down again, put it together, and finished out the straw baling season down there. Well, when I got back, I bought the plates and a new pin, and I put it up in there, and son of a bitch, it had wore the socket where that pin goes through on the frame side of this baler, and it is a non-replaceable piece. So it's like, now what am I gonna do here? It's a non-replaceable piece. I guess I could take and pull the what do you call it, I could cut the other one out with a, let me set it here. I could cut the other one out with a torch, machine a new socket, put it down in there and weld it in. And I thought, you know, that's gonna be a pain in the ass because I got a torch at the top and I got a torch at the bottom, and it's just not gonna work out too well. So I made the executive decision. When I say an executive decision, I mean I made a decision that I could bore that hole with a magnetic drill. That drill is 44 pounds. I mean 44 pounds is 44 pounds. So I bought this drill. It's a Hougen or Haugen. Everybody was like, oh, you gotta buy a Milwaukee, Milwaukee makes the best one. Well, I disagree with you. Milwaukee does not make the best drill. Milwaukee makes a good drill, but Milwaukee drills are made in China. And there's a problem with the Chinese drill. The problem with a lot of these magnetic drills, they only bore 2 inches. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn on the magnet. Ready? So the magnet is now on. The magnet's on. There you go. It's on. Oops, I don't have to turn that off now real quick because I gotta get this out from under there. There. It'll cut that off. So anyway, magnet's on. It's fast, won't go. Then you just bore that down. Okay? and that'll go down all the way to the bottom. All right. This Haugen, what is this? HMD 918. The 917 model, I think, only drills 2 or 3 inches. I wanted one that could bore a 6-inch hole. So I searched all over the place. Milwaukee is made in China. I'm not buying it. Dewalt, made in Mexico. Not buying it. But Haugen, this company, made here in the US of A. Now, you can buy all kinds of things for these. This one comes with a coolant nozzle there, right there. It plugs in. Where in the hell is it? Oh, it's under here. There's two bottles. You got this short time, and then there's this 2-gallon Hudson. It's like a sprayer that they've converted. See that? So you put air to it. You put your water or your lubricant in there, and you put that on, and then you can turn it on and off as you're using it. This drill delivered to me just the way it is with that little tank. These other little pieces that go with it was, by the time I was done paying the shipping and everything, it was $1,900. Comes with a chain to chain it fast in case you're doing some stuff really high. Because it is a magnetic drill, it does go way the hell up. You can carry this thing up 30, 40, 50, 100 stories high if you want, and use it up there, and I just don't want the tool to fall off and kill somebody on the way down. There's another doodad here for cutting the smaller holes, okay? So that goes in there, and I'm not 100% sure what that is. I just haven't gotten around to reading about it. All I know is that I needed a 1 7/16 inch annular cutter to bore that hole. So unfortunately, and these are Haugen cutters, Haugen 3/4 inch Haugen shank cutters. So that goes in there, and then you put a set screw to each flat side on there. This bit alone was 280 bucks. So $280. I'm gonna set it up there. I'm gonna pop that pin out, and I'm gonna set it up there, and I'm gonna bore that hole right down through it, right down through it. So, and that'll be the end of it, because I just want to bore the end of it. I have a piece of steel over here. Now I can let that thing sit there. It won't fall off. It is a 2-stage magnet. This 2-stage magnet means that when you turn the magnet on, it holds at about 30%. And then after you get the magnet, get it set where you want it to be, then when you turn the drill in, then it kicks in the other, 70%. So there you go. Now this is the piece of steel that I'm going to make that 1 7/16 inch shaft out of. This is 1.5 inches, so I have to take off 1/16 of an inch, right? So I got to set my lathe up. Yes, I have a lathe. I'll set my lathe up, and I will take a 30-second off, and I'm actually going to do it in a manner that it is a little bit larger than, instead of it being taking a 30-second off, I'll take a 64th off, and then I'll take another. So it's a nice tight fit through the whole thing. And I should be able to bore that pretty quickly, because those annular cutters, I watched a guy bore through a 6-inch piece of solid steel with an annular cutter, and bada bing, bada boom, he was done in no time at all. 3 minutes. 3 minutes he was finished, and I figure that's all it's going to take me to do it too. So there you go. What are you doing, Tim?
Cable.
What kind of cable?
For that hood.
Cable hood? Oh, it's broke?
Yes.
It's been broke. You broke it, remember, when you were about 14 years old.
Well, I need cable so I can replace the damn thing. I know how to have a bunch of them.
Oh! I don't know what he did with it. I see a piece of cable there. It's a snare. But
snare there too.
Yeah. Well, there's cable around here someplace. I know we bought.
Yeah,
anyway, whatever.
I have like ultra thin.
Yeah, I know.
Truck.
What did we use it for? Oh, the lid. Did we buy that or did we?
You bought that.
I did buy that.
You bought from Tractor Supply.
I think I did. Anyway, yeah. Hey, how about we finish putting this thing together and then you can deal with whatever it is you're doing. There you go. That's what I bought from Tractor Supply. The stuff that's out there, I think we had. Anyway, we're gonna be doing this and I'm gonna get up there with that drill, this drill, and you can buy a chuck that goes in here so you can put regular twisty bits in it, or you can buy this Hougen twisty drill adapter kit. And I'd rather have the chuck personally, but I wanted to have this if I needed to drill other things on the baler. But you can see where it's got a 1/4 inch flat-sided, 1/4 inch shank with a flat-sided bit cut into it, into that shank, so that this little guy here, which is the 3/4 Haugen style bit. So that's going to work really well. It has that little light there so you can see what you're going to do. And yeah, no, it's good. And I'm going to go ahead and start it up. So sounds like a vacuum cleaner. The other thing is it will go 250 RPM or 400 RPM. In like stainless steel and things like that, you really want to slow it down really slow, because you know, the high nickel content in stainless will actually cause it to smear and cut. Same thing with aluminum. Oh yeah, you can cut aluminum with this thing. You just have to have a steel base in order to, you know, you bolt your aluminum down to it, or steel, you bolt the steel to it so you can do it. But yeah, it's got 2 speeds. You push that thing in and slide it up, and then you can, and it really screams. But I thought that it would be a better, I thought that it would hold a little better here, and it really isn't a problem. What I see here is it needs to be adjusted just a little bit tighter, and this is the adjustment. So you put a little bit of a, so that it doesn't fall, and it's so close to falling that it needs to be adjusted, which is no big deal because it comes with these little guys, your Allen keys, so you do it right. Anyway, I'll see you on top of the baler. Okay, good morning and welcome to the end of this video, where I will tell you that I used the drill. I did not film it because, well, let's just say GoPro. The batteries on these things, when they get even a breath of cold air on them, they're dead. Dead. So 10 minutes of filming, 15 minutes of filming in 20-degree weather, if you don't tuck that thing in your pocket or something to keep it warm, it dies. So you missed the hole drilling. Actually, you missed more than one hole drilling. I bored the hole through the frame of the baler, and I bored the holes through those plates that I had to bore holes through. Unfortunately, you missed it because the batteries were dead. I put the thing on the charger. I have a charger there. I don't have what Welkers have. Please stop suggesting that I get what Welkers have. The problem with what Welkers do, and I will show you right here on this GoPro, is that in order for this camera to accept a battery, you see this guy here? It says disconnected now, which is fine because I'm going to shut it off. It says it is connected. Well, that's weird. In order for me to do that, and that's another thing, these things freeze up. They're a pain in the ass. In order to get it into the mount, I would have to pull that little door open, which exposes this whole entire system to dust, dirt, and debris. And once that dust, dirt, and debris gets in there, if you see on this side, there is a little rubber gasket, and or silicone gasket, and you have to be really careful with that. Make sure there's no dirt or hair or anything like that in there, because if you do decide that you're going to take this thing underwater, and these are supposed to be fully waterproof just the way they are. As a matter of fact, I know a guy that just goes swimming with this thing all the time, and he had a hair get in a hair, you know, like one of these little guys, got in that seal, water went in, destroyed his $499 camera. He was upset. That was Mr. Fazio did that, and went to send it back to GoPro, and they're like, well, how many times did you go swimming with this thing? He says, well, I used to take it all the time. They only guarantee it once. If you say you went swimming with that thing more than once, done. No warranty. And he was pissed. He says, I love the GoPro for its size and versatility. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Now, that Hougen drill worked great. I mean, you turn the magnet on and it goes clink. There's a little safety switch on the bottom so that you can't turn it on while it's off of its base, off of its metal. It also acts as a pivot point. So when you're adjusting this thing, right or left, in and out, whatever, it slides on that little spring-loaded safety switch. And when you get it right where you want it, you reach to the back and you go click and it goes clunk right straight down on it, and life is good. I really enjoy the damn thing. I mean, I've used it now just three times. 3 times I've bored 3 different holes or 4 different holes with it. Yeah, about 4 different holes with it. Yeah, I got to think about it. 4 different holes with it, and it held the way it was supposed to. You pull down, don't push up on it. They say in the instruction manual, yes, I read some of the instruction manual, don't push up on the back, don't reach around the back, grab the handle from the front or push it straight down from the front, and it will stay on target all the time. I just sprayed some oil lube on the bit before I drilled it and during the drill process, and I didn't have any problems. Now, this is a 6-inch boring drill. 99.9% of these things are only 2 inches. You can get a 3-inch model and possibly, I think, a 4-inch model as well. I wanted the deepest one, which is 6 inches, and you can bore deeper than 6 inches with these things. What you have to do is you buy a arbor extension. So my drill will hold a 6-inch bit, which will get me through 6 inches of steel. I could only find a 4-inch bit. So I had to take the plates off and, I had to take the plates off and bore those first. And I bored those together. And then I had to go up on top of the baler and then bore that hole. And I was about I would say the offensive word, a C hair too short. So I have to get in there with a Dremel tool. Now, there's a lot of different things you can buy for these drills to extend them, like arbor extensions. You get 1-inch and 2-inch arbor extensions, which would take that 4-inch bit and shove it right down through that hole without any problems. I could have bored the full 6 inches that way. Put a 2-inch arbor on there, or 2-inch arbor extension, and then that 4-inch bit would have traveled right down through there. You'd have to be a little more careful though, because some of the smaller bits it won't go through, but the 1 7/16 bit will go through. I really enjoy this thing. Works really good. So I didn't have those, so I'm in the process of purchasing them now. There's a lot of different attachments that you can put onto this drill. You can use the Haugen shank. That's what my drill has, is the Haugen shank, and then you can buy different adapters to run different types of arbors or bits. So you can buy for the rotolock, you can buy for all different kinds. So yes, you can get a pile of money into one of these things, but if you're going to a job or you got something that you have to do and you need this mag drill and it's like, oh crap, I only need to drill a 1/2-inch hole, and you don't have the twisty bit adapter, which I purchased. It was $130, and you got like from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. It didn't go to 5/8. And they're special bits, so you kind of got to be careful with those. Don't be stupid with them. Run it the way it's supposed to be run. Lubrication, oil, and don't force them. Let them eat them. Let them eat. You can actually buy a thread cutting adapter that goes onto this thing, which is a gear driven. So you put a little force down, that puts it into forward speed, and it'll just run that tap right down. When it gets through, it's got a spring, and it'll put it in the neutral position, and then you just push up on your handle, and that'll put it into the reversing gear, and it'll just pull them thread the tap right back up through the hole you put it in, and you can go all the way up to a 5/8 inch threaded tap. At least that's what they That's what they say with that. Now, I'm sure there's companies that will build up to 3/4 or so. You got to be careful though. When you get into those big things and you start boring or tapping stuff with a drill like this, you can snap them off, and that's just the way that is. It's just a one shot through. I've used the ones that go drill, 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 and then they zoop, and then they thread, and then you stop it, and then you got to back it back out again. I didn't use it in this magnetic drill yet because I don't really want to have that issue. The other thing that I did, and I'm going to demonstrate this thing a lot in the coming years that I have it, if I'm still on YouTube at that time, but I just purchased this morning the 5/8 chuck, Jacob's chuck, so I can run any kind of drill bit that I want in it, from the tiny, from the 1/4 inch all the way up to a 5/8 inch shanked drill bit. Now, I know a lot of them will go to 1/2 inch shank, and then you can get all the way up to 1 inch drill bit. But if you're going to go to 1 inch, you might as well just get the annular cutter, because that sucker will bore faster than any drill bit. They're unbelievable. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, well, I'm sorry, and you don't have to watch it again. You can just say, click the like, share, and subscribe, or whatever it is that they do. And, tomorrow's another day.